while trying to dictate the line and how we're gonna walk. You scream about a heart attack to bully back the stage, then flip the script to friendship when you turn a different page. You're caught up in your manipulation, trying to control the scene. Oh, you love yourselves for no reason at all, with your fingers pointed out at the writing on the wall. You call it private gossip when we hold your feet to fire, but it's just the sound of accountability, exposing every liar. We strip away the friendship mask and put it on record to show how fast a little bit of panic can be stored. You label all our facts as if they came from whispering streams, but documentation stands above your melodramatic schemes. You're caught up in your manipulation, trying to control the scene. Oh, you love yourselves for no reason at all, with your fingers pointed out at the writing on the wall. You call it private gossip when we hold your feet to fire, but it's just the sound of accountability, exposing every liar. You don't control this narrative. We own the conversation and we draw a firm line, so check your gaslighting at the border of our time. You thought that you could gatekeep with an institutional shield, but professional reality has forced you to yield. You're caught up in your manipulation, trying to control the scene. The boardrooms and the veterans know exactly what you sent, a factual accounting of your small-town discontent. You tried to spin a fairy tale of harmony and grace, but clinical precision wiped the smirk right off your face. You're caught up in your manipulation, trying to control the scene. So keep your hollow gestures and your self-appointed throne. This boundary is absolute and you can sit alone. Traps that you laid. You're caught up in your manipulation, trying to control the scene. Dismantling the manipulation.
The devolution of B-side Bob into the bottom feeders. From parochialism to secular satire. Welcome to the ultimate double feature on ego, gatekeeping, and community politics, the combined B-side Bob and the jealous pots and bottom feeders and hollow crowns song suites. Each suite features 5 distinct tracks. To see how the exact same petty power-mongering and small-town posturing play out across different domains, we are flipping the record over with a clever A-side versus B-side pun. In this chicken and egg aggregate, the secular street-level A-side, bottom feeders and hollow crowns, plays first, followed immediately by its high-gain, religiously themed B-side, B-side Bob, and the jealous pots, from which it was hatched. Same friction, same grit, just a different side of the same greasy coin. In the world of local music and community performance, the line between professional conduct and petty parochialism is often blurred by ego. Recently, a situation involving an attempt to perform at a Royal Canadian Legion event meant to honor the organization's 100th anniversary highlighted exactly how quickly professional boundaries can be weaponized by those feeling the sting of insecurity. When a band leader attempted to gatekeep the event using manipulative rhetoric, citing heart attacks and stress to exclude perceived competition, the situation devolved into a masterclass of defensive posturing. By pivoting from exclusionary threats to faux-friendly, community-focused small talk, the individual attempted to reframe a professional conflict as a personal misunderstanding. Dismantling the manipulation, the takedown. The effective response to such behavior is to strip away the friendship mask. When an individual attempts to label documentation of their own conduct as gossip, they are attempting to gaslight the recipient. True gossip involves unsubstantiated rumors. Documentation of a direct, exclusionary communication is simply professional accountability. By asserting ownership over the conversation and establishing a firm boundary, one removes the other party's ability to dictate the social narrative. This clinical approach, focusing on the mechanics of their behavior rather than insults, effectively neutralizes the manipulation. Putting it all into song, decent exposure of indecency. When an interpersonal conflict escalates into an exercise in gatekeeping, manipulation, and passive-aggressive posturing, the instinct to push back often demands something sharper than ordinary conversation. The raw friction of dealing with defensive projection, where an insecure adversary attempts to hide behind institutional excuses, feign medical emergencies, and later rewrite history under the guise of faux friendship, provides a volatile fuel for creative expression. Rather than letting such small-minded viscosity fade into the background, the process of methodically dismantling their narratives and establishing absolute boundaries becomes the primary catalyst for artistic creation. This friction directly inspired the creation of B-Side Bob and the Jealous Pot Suite, serving as an unfiltered, mirrored response to religious one-upmanship, power-mongering, and sanctimonious entitlement. The suite takes the psychological mechanics observed in the adversary, the unearned self-importance, the weaponization of community spaces, the desperate hoarding of status, and the hollow justification that a higher power or authority is exclusively on their side, and projects them into a classic blues rock canvas. Driven by high-gain distortion, snarling electric guitar, and weeping pedal steel, the music captures the exact weight of dealing with individuals who posture as moral authorities while acting out of pure, unadulterated avarice and insecurity. In tracks like Living in a Rut and The Gospel of Greed, the lyrics directly mirror the frustration of watching gatekeepers build paper walls to protect their egos, substituting true community contribution with performative theater and petty judgment. When the adversary attempted to mask their exclusion behind righteous pretense, the suite answered back by exposing the emptiness behind their posturing, highlighting how they demand absolute control over local spaces while fundamentally lacking the integrity to back it up. By channeling the demand for accountability and ownership of a narrative into a 5-part blues rock critique, the experience is permanently alchemized from a frustrating local dispute into a timeless, heavy-grooved, artistic takedown. Putting it all into song, a secular transformation. The core themes of this experience, jealousy, greed, avarice, and the self-importance of the gatekeeper, are universal. To capture the gravity of this devolution from professional camaraderie to the petty posturing of the bottom feeders, these themes were translated into a musical suite. By removing specific religious references, the focus shifts to a secular, bottom feeder perspective that the general public can readily identify. The resulting suite, titled The Bottom Feeders and the Hollow Crowns, utilizes the driving grid of rockabilly, country rock, and bluegrass to highlight the same basic tensions found in the original conflict. Whether the setting is a community venue or a corporate boardroom, the underlying dynamic remains the same: the insecure gatekeeper, the hollow crown, and the desperate attempt to hoard status. Through genres like Texas blues, rockabilly, and country rock, these songs demonstrate that the same core conflicts, ego, territorialism, and the need for validation, span across all domains. By turning the experience into an artistic critique, the inspiration remains constant, transforming a frustrating personal encounter into a broader commentary on the human tendency to lower the bar of professional ethics in favor of self-interest.
Like you're wearing the crown, looking down on workers in this quiet little town. You talk about the hustle while you hoard all the credit, with a vanity so heavy that you probably don't edit. You're stuck in the grind and you think it's the only way. Oh, you love yourself for no reason at all, with your fingers pointed out at the writing on the wall. You call it a career when you scream and you shout, but it's just the sound of ego erasing every doubt. Monday morning meeting with a polished plastic smile, padding out your resume, walking every crooked mile, claiming that the strategy is meant to serve the team, while you trample on the project just to fuel your broken dream. You're stuck in the grind and you think it's the only way. Just the sound of ego erasing every doubt. Listen to that steel judgment in disguise, looking for the leverage in the middle of your lies. You say that you're the expert, but you're hiding from the facts, stealing every milestone while you cover up your tracks. You're stuck in the grind and you think it's the only way. The boardroom's getting empty, but you don't seem to care, busy counting bonuses and throwing up a glare. You've got the office climbers turning circles in the dirt, making sure you're covered while you leave the rest to hurt. You're stuck in the grind and you think it's the only way. So keep your hollow speeches and your self-appointed throne, where walking out the door now leaving you to sit alone. The status that you're sidekick to your arrogance and pride can't help you when the reality finally comes inside. You're stuck in the grind and you think it's the only way. godforsaken town. You preach about the meek while you hoard all the bread, with a vanity so heavy it's a stone inside your head. You're living in a rut, think it's heaven's way. Oh, you love yourself for no reason at all, with your fingers pointed out at the writing on the wall. You call it a carol when you scream and you shout, but it's just the sound of greed erasing every doubt. Polished plastic smile, padding out your pockets, walking every crooked mile, claiming that the spirit moves to serve your bottom line, while you trample on the garden just to harvest all the wine. You're living in a rut, and you think it's heaven's way. Oh, you love yourself for no reason at all, with your fingers pointed out at the writing on the wall. You call it a carol when you scream and you shout, but it's just the sound of greed erasing every doubt. Listen to that steel. A judgment in disguise, looking for the treasure in the middle of your lies. You say the Lord is watching, but you're hiding from the truth, stealing every promise from the innocence of youth. You're living in a rut, and you think it's heaven's way. Well, the pews are getting empty, but you don't seem to care. Busy counting currency and throwing up a prayer. You've got the holy rollers turning circles in the dirt, making sure you're covered while you leave the rest to her. You're living in a rut, and you think it's heaven's way. So keep your hollow anthems and your self-appointed throne. We're walking out the door now, leaving you to sit alone. The God you think is sidekick to your avarice and pride can't help you when the darkness finally comes inside. You're living in a rut, and you think it's heaven's way. Living in a rut. You stand upon the podium with a ledger in your hand, dividing up the profits of the labor of the land. You claim it's for the shareholders while you fill your private vault, and if the stock is falling, it is always someone's fault. Profit is the gospel that you preach in every town. Oh, you're counting every penny while the culture slips away, turning every partnership into a price you have to pay. You think it's smart business as you rattle every chain, but it's just the sound of avarice and pain. the purity of brand, while keeping all the influence under absolute command. If you don't like the vision, you silence every tongue, because you're the only experts who have ever even sung. Profit is the gospel that you preach in every town. Oh, you're counting every penny while the culture slips away, turning every partnership into a price you have to pay. You think it's smart business as you rattle every chain, but it's just the sound of avarice and pain. In the fight to keep the common worker shivering outside in the night. You lock the office doors tighter when you see the union pour, then wonder why the activists keep knocking at the door. Profit is the gospel that you preach in every town. You think that you are special by some market-based decree, with arrogance as hollow as a dead and withered tree. You call your petty backstabbing a tactical success, but there's a cold and bitter vacuum hiding in your mess. Profit is the gospel that you preach in every town. So count your silver coins until you're blinded by the shine, and drown out all the truth with your expensive sour wine. We're finished with your memos and your twisted little game. We know the greed of commerce will never know your sorry name. Profit is the gospel that you preach in every town. The dividend of greed. Stand upon the altar with a ledger in your hand, dividing up the bounty of the harvest in the land. You claim it's for the kingdom while you fill your private vaults, and if the crop is failing, it is always someone's fault. Money is the gospel that you preach in every town. Oh, you're counting every penny while the spirit slips away, turning every prayer into a price you have to pay. You think it's holy music as you rattle every chain, just the sound of avarice and pain. Dividing all the members for the purity of soul, while keeping all the power under absolute control. If you don't like the melody, you silence every tongue, because you're the only righteous who have ever even sung. Money is the gospel that you preach in every town. Oh, you're counting every penny common people shivering outside in the night. You lock the church doors tighter when you see the hungry poor, then wonder why the shadows keep on knocking at the door. Money is the gospel that you preach in every town. You think that you are special by some divine decree, with arrogance as hollow as a dead and withered tree. You call your petty bickering a holy work of art, but there's a cold and bitter vacuum beating in your heart. Money is the gospel that you preach in every town. So count your silver coins until you're blinded by the shine, and drown out all the truth with your expensive sour wine. Well, finish with your sermons and your twisted little game. We know the God of greed will never know your sorry name. Money is the gospel that you preach in every town. The gospel of greed. The gospel of greed. You're jealous of the spotlight that touches other skin. You think that all the talent is a place that you must win. You see your eyes and peer and you start to cast your stones, trying to break the rhythm in their weary aching bones. You're just a shallow pot of clay crumbling on the shelf. You're green with envy, waiting for the rain to wash you thin, searching for a status that you will never win. You think you're singing anthems while you tear it all apart, with a hollow kind of malice in your heart. You're terrified of brilliance that you cannot quite command, so you build a wall of paper to protect your little land. You say that you're defending all the history of craft, but we can see the bitterness written on your staff. You're just a shallow pot of clay crumbling on the shelf. You're green with envy, waiting for the rain to wash you thin, searching for a status that you will never win. You think you're singing anthems while you tear it all apart, with a hollow kind of malice in your heart. Yeah, that's right. You claim you know the standards and you walk beside the elite, while plotting how to ruin someone else out on the street. You masquerade your envy as a service to the law, but every single word you say is just a jagged claw. You're just a shallow pot of clay, crumbling on the shelf. It must be exhausting just to hate the things you lack, always looking for a knife to slide into a back. You wanna be the winner in a play that's mostly lies, but the audience is leaving to the sound of your own sighs. You're just a shallow pot of clay, crumbling on the shelf. So break yourselves to pieces in your vanity and pride. There is no room for greatness in the corners where you hide. We're moving on to something real and leaving you behind to rot within the prison of your small and spiteful mind. You're just a shallow pot of clay, crumbling on the shelf. Just a pot of clay. Jealous of the sunlight that touches of the skin. You think that all the goodness is a place that you must win. You see a happy neighbor and you start to cast your stones, trying to break the spirit in their weary aching bones. You're just a jealous pot of clay, crumbling on the shelf. You're green with envy, waiting for the rain to wash you thin, searching for a righteousness that you will never win. You think you're singing carols while you tear it all apart with a hollow kind of malice in your heart. You're terrified of talent that you cannot quite command, so you build a wall of paper to protect your little land. You say that you're protecting all the history of grace, but we can see the bitterness written on your face. You're just a jealous pot of clay, crumbling on the shelf. You're green with envy, waiting for the rain to wash you thin, searching for a righteousness that you will never win. You think you're singing carols while you tear it all apart with a hollow kind of malice in your heart. Yeah, that's right. You claim you know the master, and you walk beside the light. while plotting how to ruin someone else in dead of night. You masquerade your envy as a service to the law, but every single word you say is just a jagged claw. You're just a jealous pot of clay crumbling on the shelf. It must be exhausting just to hate the things you lack, always looking for a knife to slide into a bag. You wanna be the hero in a play that's mostly lies, but the audience is leaving too, the sound of your own sighs. You're just a jealous pot of clay crumbling on the shelf. So break yourselves to pieces in your vanity and pride. There is no room for greatness in the corners where you hide. We're moving on to something real and leaving you behind to rot within the prison of your small and spiteful mind. You're just a jealous pot of clay crumbling on the shelf. Just a pot of clay, just a pot of clay. You gathered in the basement and you gave yourselves a name, thinking you're the elite ones who control the local fame. You act like every hurdle is something that you own, while sitting on a chair that's just a pile of jagged stone. You're the self-appointed few and nothing at all. Ain't that the truth? Singing your ballads for an empty hall of ghosts, raising up your glasses for the very hollow toast. You think you have the mandate to divide the local scene, but you're just a noisy shadow on the screen. You don't know nothing about the work or what the veterans gave. You're just looking for a stature that you never had to brave. You borrow all the history to make your ego bright, then use it like a bludgeon just to keep away the light. You're the self-appointed few and nothing at all. Ain't that the truth? Singing your ballads for an empty hall of ghosts, raising up your glasses for the very hollow toast. You think you have the mandate to divide the local scene, but you're just a noisy shadow on the screen. You think you're in charge, huh? You're scared of anyone know you couldn't ever hope to take apart. You hide behind the venue and you hide behind the rules, while leaving all the real and honest players in the lurch. You're the self-appointed few of nothing at all, ain't that the truth? Your greed is just a hunger for a love you'll never feel, so you keep on spinning like a rusty broken wheel. You tell yourself you're noble while you work to undermine every single person standing out there in the line. You're the self-appointed few of nothing at all, ain't that the truth? When the party's over and you're left with just your pride, you'll have nowhere to run and there'll be nowhere you can hide. We're walking with the veterans and we're keeping to the code, while you're stuck down in the ditch beside the lonely road. You're the self-appointed few of nothing at all, ain't that the truth? The self-appointed few. The self-appointed few. You gathered in the basement and you gave yourselves a name, thinking you're the chosen ones who light the holy flame. You act like every stumbling block is something that you own, while sitting on a throne that's just a pile of jagged stone. You're the chosen few of nothing at all, ain't that the truth? Singing your carols for an empty hollow ghost, raising up your glasses for the very unholy toast. You think you have the mandate to divide the land and sea, but you're just a noisy shadow in the dark. You don't know nothing about the war or what the veterans gave. You're just looking for a statue that you never had to brave. You borrow all the history to make your ego bright, then use it like a bludgeon just to keep away the light. You're the chosen few of nothing at all, ain't that the truth? Singing your carols for an empty hollow ghost, raising up your glasses for the very unholy toasts. You think you have the mandate to divide the land and sea, but you're just a noisy shadow in the dark. You think God's on your side, huh? You're scared of anyone who plays the music from the heart, because you know you could never hope to take a part. You hide behind the Legion and you hide behind the church, while leaving all the real and honest seekers in the lurch. You're the chosen few of nothing at all. Ain't that the truth? Your greed is just a hunger for a love you'll never feel, so you keep on spinning like a rusty, broken wheel. You tell yourself you're saintly while you work to undermine every single person standing out there in the line. You're the chosen few of nothing at all. Ain't that the truth? When the party's over and you're left with just your pride, you'll have nowhere to run and there'll be nowhere you can hide. We're walking with the veterans and we're keeping to the code, while you're stuck down in the ditch beside the lonely road. You're the chosen few of nothing at all. Ain't that the truth? The chosen few. Look at how they train and look at how they puff their chests, like they're wearing badges on their little hollow vests. Every song's a ballad that they sing to their own fame, while they're playing dirty in a very tired game. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. Oh, they want it all and they want it right today, even if they have to push the decent folks away. They think they have the clearance from the boardrooms up above, but they're allergic to the very sight of love. They've got a thirst for power and they've got a thirst for gold, and they're getting meaner the older they get old. They want to gatekeep music and they want to gatekeep roles, while they're digging out the dirt to fill their empty holes. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. Oh, they want it all and they want it right today, even if they have to push the decent folks away. They think they have the clearance from the boardrooms up above, but they're allergic to the very sight of love. You can't take it with you. They act like they're the owners of the air that we all breathe, and they weave a web of nonsense that they tell us to believe. If you don't walk the line they've drawn, you're suddenly the foe. They're the only ones allowed to put on any show. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. They're obsessed with titles and they're obsessed with their pride, with nowhere left to run and nowhere left to run and hide. They think they've got the spirit, but it's just a painted mask, hiding all the failures that they'll never even ask. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. So let them have their castle made of vanity and spite. We'll be out there playing through the middle of the night, because the real music doesn't need a boss that looks like them. It's a song of freedom that they'll never comprehend. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. The avarice that performers. Look at how they preen and look at how they puff their chests, like they're wearing medals on their little hollow vests. Every song's a carol that they sing to their own fame, while they're playing dirty in a very holy game. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. Oh, they want it all and they want it right today. Even if they have to push the decent folks away, they think they have the clearance from the heavens up above, but they're allergic to the very sight of love. They got a thirst for power and they got a thirst for gold, and they're getting grittier the older they get old. They want to gatekeep music and they want to gatekeep souls, while they're digging out the dirt to fill their empty holes. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. Oh, they want it all and they want it right today. Even if they have to push the decent folks away, they think they have the clearance from the heavens up above, but they're allergic to the very sight of love. You can't take it with you. They act like they're the owners of the air that we all breathe, and they weave a web of nonsense that they tell us to believe. If you don't walk the line they've drawn, you're suddenly the foe. They're the only ones allowed to put on any show. Avarice is the rhythm that keeps them moving on. 'cause the real music doesn't need a God that looks like them. It's a song of freedom that they'll never